Prior to the era of fintechs coming in and revolutionizing this space, the cost of cross-border payments was at anywhere from 7 to 10%.
Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and that was Thailand's fastest growing fintech, specializing in cross-border remittances. I'll put a link to the full interview in the description below. They became a Ripple partner back in March of 2020. They call themselves ODL enabled. They are ready to accept XRP, the digital asset, in those remittances. We're going to talk about that in this video, along with taking a look at what's happening in the traditional markets and in crypto. It's rather red, well, more red than green, but let's really take a look at it. Also, gold, oil, both are rising, and Russia is turning to a Chinese bank to issue credit cards. Also, the changing world order. And finally, Flare Networks, they are giving hints to going live. So we're going to take a look at what exactly they are saying. All right, everybody, let's get to it. So that intro was the payments company DeeMoney, and they went live with the Ripple technology back in March 2020. Another payments company in that same region of the world is Money Match. You can see here, Money Match is licensed by the Central Bank of Malaysia and promoting on their website being powered by the RippleNet blockchain to enable faster money transfers. So Southeast Asia is full of banks and money transfer services that are running on Ripple. And both of those companies in June of 2020 tapped into the RippleNet cloud. This enabled them to introduce ODL, on-demand liquidity, which uses the digital asset XRP as a bridge when moving money across borders. They could then access that easier. And I want to show you a dashboard here, which is from a video that I did 3 months later in September of 2020, where I highlighted the Ripple partners in Thailand. You can see the CIMB Bank, the DeeMoney, Merchant Trade, Niam, Siam Commercial Bank, and Trianglo. And what you see, if you look carefully, DeeMoney is accepting ODL, on-demand liquidity. They were in the corridors that had the US dollar, the Great British Pound, and the Euro at the time. I imagine it has grown quite a bit since then, because when you watch that interview in full, their business is very much growing. All right, everybody, let's take a look at the markets. Let's briefly look at the markets. Across Asia today, everybody was down. In fact, we had a 1 to 4% loss. Tokyo had a slide of 2.94%. Hong Kong really took a heavy hit at 4% down, and it looks like the US market is also going to open lower. Oil up, up to $118 a barrel. This is meaning higher prices at the pump for sure. And gold crossed the $2,000 mark. Palladium had a record high. So gold, as you can see, has backed off a little bit. It's trading at $1,978. Now, what it is telling everybody is that it's performing like it usually does, very strong in times of uncertainty. What is not performing well, which is a huge disappointment, is Bitcoin. Bitcoin should be decoupling from the markets, but it is not. Have a look, though, at XRP. It is actually bucking the trend. It is 6th among the gainers in the top 100 by market cap. It is in company with HBAR, Yearn Finance, Dash, Algorand, Phantom, Flow, Kusama, Silo, and Waves. Waves is up nearly 8%. What is interesting about this decentralized application platform that uses smart contracts is that its founder is Ukrainian, the Ukrainian-born scientist Sasha Ivanov. So it is just, I need to research a little bit more to find out what is driving waves. All right, everybody, let's jump to the next story. I don't often do this, but boy, do I have a video that I need to point out. It is absolutely brilliant, and it is about The Changing World Order by Ray Dalio. Truly, I think you're going to find it the best video you've ever seen on the cycles of change. I'm talking geopolitically and with currency. And if you have any doubts, just read some of the 5,000 plus comments that have been left in the last 2 days since it was uploaded. So I'll put a link to it in the description below, but wow, I just can't tell you how much I think you need to watch it. And also, when you take a look at this next video, it is just 23 seconds long, but it is the 120 years of how the currencies and their dominance have changed. You can see this pinkish red is the Great British Pound, where it peaked in the mid-1940s. And then you have the blue, which is representing the US dollar, coming on strong in the 1920s, and then really getting dominant in the 1970s, even with the euro coming in 2011. But I think visually, you'll see how fluid and how often this flex of power changes. So as I'm sure you're probably well aware of, the digital asset XRP has had suspended trading on many sites, exchanges in the United States. And it's just not the exchanges, but also those market makers that were providing deep liquidity and over-the-counter services. Here we have DV Chain that was doing that for Ripple. But if you take a look at what they are dealing with now, XRP is not in their mix. So I really hope that when we see this case end, not only is it relisted on all the exchanges, but also the market makers start to participate to improve the liquidity. Now, in talking about the case, we have a very important document to look at. So Ripple has another case against them, and because of this overlap, they have agreed to move that case back to November 18th in belief that the SEC case will be finished by then. Now, of course, the SEC case can settle at any time, but as Attorney Jeremy Hogan tweeted, it makes him feel more confident with his September summary judgment prediction in when he sees this timing that Ripple believes will finally have a wrap up. So yeah, that's where we're at. We've kind of got a prediction here from Ripple predicting that they will finally be done of this case by November. And I think this is maybe a little longer than some people had anticipated or had wished for. It's not firm. It's not a hard date or month, but this is their best estimate is the SEC case will be done by then. So we have to think that this is probably when we should put our expectations in place. I have to admit, I'm getting a little excited to receive the Flare token by Flare Networks. This is the FLR or Spark token. It is the token that a lot of the XRP holders prepared for in that snapshot that took place in December of 2020. And it looks like it's finally going to arrive this month. And Flare announced that they are starting March 7th, implementing a number of upgrades that lay the foundation for the subsequent hard fork, which will upgrade Songbird's network structure to match the plan for the Flare mainnet. This is really great news. I think we're on track to see that distribution happen very soon with the coming on of the mainnet of Flare Networks, not to be confused with Flare Finance. That is totally an unrelated project. Don't get that mixed up, because I know a lot of people do. But if you were one to have that snapshot, and if you are working with an exchange that is participating, let's have fun with this. This is one of the bonuses of being an XRP holder. And let's just get to the fluff, shall we? I have something that's really strange. These are the 3 final logos of a character that has been chosen to represent the 2025 World Expo in Osaka, Japan. I just don't know what to say. I just don't get it at all. I would love to hear if you have an opinion, or if you even have one that is a favorite. Yeah, I just can't quite get over that these are the final. And then if you really want to see something to marvel at, this was a piece of work done on a chalkboard at a school with kids in their 3rd year of middle school. And it is to say goodbye. It's a scene from Pokemon, and it's just done with chalk. Can you believe it? The teacher stayed about 7 hours after the final day of school. This is the time of year in Japan that the graduations are occurring. And it's just the most lovely thing I've ever seen on a chalkboard at a school. Yeah, these chalkboards are still in play here. I just can't believe how beautiful this is. Just amazing. Yeah, I love it. So I hope it brings you a smile. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.